The FBI is the most sophisticated law enforcement agency in the world, pursuing the most dangerous criminals. When a mother and her 2 young children are violently abducted,
they had actually taken their hand and actually scraped their fingernails right into the concrete as they were being dragged around the back of the car.
the Bureau mobilizes.
Our worst fears were that she was going to be tortured and possibly killed if the kidnappers' demands were not met.
Alo.
Daniel,
Oi, amor.
did you call the police?
No, Rob.
I was screaming to let us go, and Jonah just saying, Mom, they're gonna kill us.
FBI. Criminal pursuit. December 13th, 1999. It's the holidays in the swank oceanside community of Sunny Isles Beach, Florida, just 10 miles north of Miami. Alceo and Christine Aragalo are at a neighbor's Christmas party with their 3 children, 12-year-old Juliana, 9-year-old Junior, and 1-year-old Alex.
About 9:30 or so, the youngest, Alex, was getting a little irritable, and Christine thought it would be a good idea for her and Junior to walk across the street and put him down to bed.
Just take my car. I mean, I know it's just close, but just in case.
Alceo insists his wife drive his Porsche the short distance across the street instead of walking in the darkness. About a half hour later, Alceo and Juliana arrive home to find their penthouse empty.
He saw that the wife and 2 children weren't there. Maybe she stopped off to grab some milk.
When you get a chance,
Alceo calls Christine's cell phone, but she doesn't pick up. The minutes slowly turn into hours, and Alceo grows increasingly worried.
Then Alceo got into his Ferrari and drove up and down Collins Avenue looking for his wife and 2 children.
While out searching, Alceo runs into a police officer and tells him something is terribly wrong. His wife and 2 boys have disappeared. Sunny Isles Beach police detective Paul Manzella arrives at the family's penthouse around 3 a.m.
Alceo's demeanor was quite obviously upset that his wife and children were missing.
And what happened when you got home?
Alceo explains that he found his Porsche parked in its normal spot, but another of the family's 5 vehicles, a Lincoln Navigator, is gone. Did Christine get mad at her husband and leave? Investigators suspect that's the case, until they search the garage. There, on the floor, are drops of what appear to be blood scattered around the Porsche. But that's not all.
You could have seen actual skid marks, like someone's heels being drugged, and we also were able to see where they had actually taken their hand and maybe had their hand down there and actually scraped their fingernails right into the concrete as they were being dragged around the back of the car.
There is no sign of Christine, no purse or cell phone, and nothing from the boys. It appears that Christine and her children have been abducted, right from their own building. As the sun rises over Miami, it's clear that the Sunny Isles police have a dire situation on their hands. They need specialists and ask the FBI's Violent Crime Squad to join the team. Special Agent Jim Lewis, a 3-year veteran with the Bureau, takes the lead. Father himself, Special Agent Lewis knows what's at stake.
I had a 3-year-old at the time. Anytime you have a crime that involves children, it's more motivating.
The task force begins interviewing everyone in the building. Hopefully, somebody saw something.
Abduction case. And so I just wanted to
We're
find
working our investigation from the inside out. So we're going to interview civilian witnesses. We're going to interview employees of the condominium complex, the valet parker.
None of the parking attendants report anything out of the ordinary from the night before. A resident, though, reports having heard a woman scream shortly after 9 p.m.
She heard screams coming from within the parking lot area, and because the parking lot was probably several stories high and concrete, she didn't know exactly where the screams were coming from, so she told the security guard about what she had heard.
Security guards say they sent one of the valets to check the garage. But the valet saw nothing and chalked it up to an argument or a joke. Agents track down surveillance video from the garage and scrutinize it for clues.
We saw the Porsche coming in shortly after 9. A few minutes later, also saw the Navigator leaving.
But the footage fails to reveal what happened to Christine after she parked the Porsche. Agents are running out of leads in the building. But there's one other way they might locate Christine: through the family's missing SUV.
It had LoJack in it. I put a request in through the LoJack company. We got a helicopter up in the air looking for the Navigator. We issued a be on the lookout, or a BOLO, for Christine and her 2 children.
With the investigation fully launched, Special Agent Renee McDermott works with Special Agent Lewis to develop a list of theories of what may have happened to Christine. No idea or suspect is ruled out.
Are they actually missing? Did someone actually kidnap them? Is someone in the family involved? Is it family members of theirs, possibly, that are jealous of their wealth, that hired someone to do this? Is Mr. Aragalo involved himself?
The agents thoroughly question Alo Aragalo and learn that he and Christine are both native Brazilians who met and married in Miami 11 years earlier. Alceo, a former auto racing star, now runs a successful electronics import-export firm. Is there a secret reason he might want to get rid of his wife and children? Or is someone after his family's money?
He was a very wealthy businessman. We had to figure out, was this incident related to his work?
And maybe there was a business deal gone bad. They were trying to extort money from Mr. Aragalo, considering his wealth.
Whatever is going on, the FBI needs to be ready. They set up a command center in the Aragalo's home. Technicians set up recorders on the family's home and cell phones in case a ransom call comes in.
We had people there that could help the Aragalos in possible negotiation in the event that a call would come in, could help the Aragalos keep the person on the line in order for us to be able to trace where the call could be coming from.
Agents have no idea where Christine, Alex, and Junior are, or whether they're injured. 18 hours have passed since the family disappeared, and the clock is working against them.
The more time that went by where we weren't able to find her and her children, the likelihood of serious injuries or possibly death was extremely possible.
Blindfolded in a dark closet and duct taped to a chair, Christine Aragalo is thinking the same thing. Suddenly, the door opens. A man pulls her roughly from the closet. He removes her blindfold. And for the first time, Christine sees the terrifying person who abducted her.
Where are my children? What have you done with my children? Where are they?
I could see him well, and the only thing came in my mind that we are not gonna survive this.
It's been 2 days since Christine Aragalo and her 2 young sons were violently abducted from their Miami penthouse garage. The FBI and local police are in a race to find them before they're tortured, or worse.
As always in a known abduction, time is of the essence, because in typical investigations, something terrible does happen to those that have been abducted.
I mean, damn it, FBI.
Investigators are trying to rule out any suspects, including Christine's husband, Alceo.
Did you notice that the navigator was gone when you pulled into the parking garage?
He swears he was not involved and has no idea who could have kidnapped his family.
Mr. Aragalo was very upset. He felt guilty that he was not in the vehicle with his family at the time. He was very cooperative.
Alceo agrees to be examined under polygraph. His answers indicate absolutely no sign of deception. With Alceo cleared, agents interview the security guards and parking attendants who guarded the Aragalo's vehicles. The kidnappers managed to access the family's navigator. But how?
The valet keys were kept upstairs in the office area. Whoever this was that abducted them really did their homework.
The head security guard agrees to a polygraph. He easily passes the test. Agents then talk to valet Jean Ferreira, who reportedly investigated the scream. A background check shows the 22-year-old Venezuelan-born valet has worked at the Aragalo's condo for 1 year. He works 2 valet jobs, one at the condo complex and one at a local restaurant.
He was befriended by the family, trustworthy, had access to all of their vehicles.
Hey, welcome back.
Something about Ferreira's demeanor makes agents suspicious. They keep an eye on him while moving forward with the rest of the investigation. Meanwhile, investigators have run into a dead end trying to find the missing navigator. A call into LoJack reveals that the car's tracking system has been disconnected. Agents still have no idea why Christine, 9-year-old Junior, and 1-year-old Alex have been taken, or what's about to happen to them. Christine Aragalo is equally in the dark, literally.
I didn't know what's going on. That's what made me more anxious.
She can hear her young sons in the adjacent room, along with the voices of several adults. She struggles against her bindings, desperate to reach her children. But she's too weak to escape.
I have to deal with the situation. I couldn't see anything ahead of me, you know? That's no hope that time. I just wanna, me and my 2 kids, to be together.
Speak calm.
Suddenly, her captor pulls her out of the closet.
Okay?
and reveals his face.
I'm here to help you.
Christine is in shock.
I was just asking, what is my son? What my baby? What is Junior? And he didn't let me talk much.
He begins telling her a fantastical tale.
He said, I was hired from a Brazilian mafia to kill the whole family and send a picture to them. He was very confused.
Her abductor says that though he is a hitman, he can't bring himself to kill Christine and her children. He claims he doesn't want money. He just wants to help her.
He didn't know what to do with me, with the Junior, and with the baby. He was completely disoriented. Then he changed the story completely. And then he said he was following me for a long time, and he thinks we are a very good family, that if he feel bad to do what they ask him for, then he decided to protect instead of kill us.
Christine's head is spinning, and she doesn't know what to believe. Is this man helping or hurting her? Christine flashes back to the night she drove her husband's Porsche across the street. As she got out of the car, several men attacked her. Christine defended baby Alex. As the leader savagely punched her in the face.
I thought he wouldn't take the baby from me, so I hold the baby very tight. Then he started with hit me and with the teaser gun, and from there on, I don't know too much.
Stunned by the taser, Christine dropped baby Alex to the pavement. 9-year-old Junior tried to flee, but was tasered as well. Christine and her boys were shoved into the back of the family's Navigator.
They put me down on the floor with one of the guys' foot on top of me, and I was screaming to let us go, to what happened. Junior just saying, Mom, just shut up. If you don't be quiet, they're gonna kill us.
Investigators have no idea what Christine has gone through, but they suspect that Gene Ferreira, one of the valets on duty that evening, knows more than he's letting on. A polygraph confirms their suspicion.
He failed, and his results indicated that he had a role in Christine's disappearance. So he became a logical and prime suspect.
Even so, agents don't have enough evidence to hold Ferreira. They release him, but secretly put him on 24-hour watch.
The surveillance was conducted to watch his behavior, see where he went, see who he was talking to, see who he may be visiting, where he may be going, just trying to get a feel for his daily activities and if he was doing something that could lead us to find the Aragalos.
Trapped and held against her will, Christine is in physical agony. Her left eye is swollen shut, and her right arm is paralyzed from the taser gun. The man unbinds her and allows her to use the restroom.
When I look at me, I couldn't believe it. My face was big like a moon.
The man then escorts her to the bedroom, where she can finally see Junior.
Junior couldn't believe and started crying and hugging me. In Portuguese, I asked him, do you think he's telling us the truth? And Junior said, Mom, we don't have adoption.
Christine notices a handgun on the table. In Portuguese, Junior tells his mother that the man was demonstrating how to use it.
You know, if someone comes, if the police come, how he protects himself. That time I said, the guy is really crazy, because how he can teach a 9-year-old to know how to really use a gun.
The man promises Christine that she and her sons will live. She just needs to get Alceo and Juliana to meet them in a safe place, so he can fake the death photos for the Brazilian mafia. Then, he claims, this will end. He takes Christine back to her room, where she reluctantly agrees to let him take care of Alex.
I couldn't move my arm, so I couldn't hold the baby at all. So he was the one that helped me all the time, because I couldn't even feed Alex.
Yet the man refuses to let Junior stay in the room with Christine.
I was worried and asking him why Junior could stay with us, with me, and he said, no, it's better for him to be in the other room.
Then, the leader orders Christine to call her husband on her own cell phone.
He was telling me to say, I don't want to go to Brazil. That's the only thing he said.
This is it, guys. Come on.
The phone rings
Ready?
at the Aragalo
Down
home.
right here.
Agents spring into action.
Are you okay?
If they can keep Christine on the line long enough, they can launch a rescue operation. If they can't, there's no telling what will happen.
We still didn't know where they were, who had them, what had already been done to them, what was going to continue to be done to them.
It's 10 days before Christmas, and more than 100 FBI agents are desperately searching for Christine Aragalo, her 9-year-old son, Junior, and 1-year-old baby, Alex. No one knows why they've been captured, whether they're still in the country, or what the kidnappers have in store for the vulnerable family.
We were working basically around the clock. The full FBI machine was gearing up, and we weren't going to stop until we had a successful resolution.
Suddenly, the phone rings at the Aragalo home.
Alo.
Damn.
Oi, amor.
Alceo's eyes brighten when he hears his wife's voice,
Did you call the police?
No, love.
but she sounds odd,
I don't want
robotic. Stalling, Alceo says he can't hear her.
Please, God, it is between me and you and our family, okay?
My husband was like, talk to me, and I couldn't. So I hear his voice, was very nervous and sometimes very excited because I was calling. But the guy took the phone away from me, so I couldn't say anything else.
The phone goes dead, but everyone is relieved that Christine and her boys are safe, for now.
It was important, let us know she was out there, she was alive, and we could begin working it as a recovery, trying to get her back.
Still, agents have more questions than answers. They can tell the call was made with Christine's cell, but it was only 30 seconds and too short to trace her location.
We had no idea as to whether Christine and her children were being fed, properly cared for, given the basic necessities that a baby and a 9-year-old would need on a day-to-day basis.
Christine herself has no idea where she's being held. Trapped in a dirty house with shuttered windows, she's disoriented and terrified. Loud Christmas music plays constantly.
Where are my children? Bring me my children!
While she can hear the voices of other people in the home, she's only been in contact with one man, who appears to be the ringleader. He claims he's been hired by the Brazilian mafia to kill the Aragalo family, but that he wants to fake their deaths in order to spare them.
He always telling me, don't be stupid. Don't try to leave. Don't try to take the kids because I'm here to protect you.
What are you doing? Where are you taking my baby?
Christine knows she's under the control of an unstable and volatile man. She hasn't eaten in days and has no pain medication for her injuries. And to make matters worse, she hasn't been allowed to see 9-year-old Junior in hours.
I was asking him all the time if he was giving Junior food, and he said Junior was well taken care of.
As the day wears on, the man orders Christine to make several more calls on her cell phone to Alceo. He tells Christine to convince her husband to meet her and the children to pose for the photo. But he warns her to keep each call under 30 seconds.
Então deixa eu falar com ele que, amor, escuta, amor, eu vou recompensar ele com muito dinheiro porque ele tá salvando a minha família, porra!
The FBI records each call, frantically trying to track her position.
I'm gonna give a lot of money for him.
Ele não quer, não é dinheiro, amor.
But the calls are never long enough. Desperate to please her captor, Christine tries to convince Alceo that the hitman doesn't want money. He only wants Alceo to bring Juliana to a meeting away from police.
And I fight with my husband that time. I said, if you want to have us back, you need to bring Juliana with you. And he said, no, he has already you and the boys. He's not going to have Juliana as well.
Hello?
Does Christine's abductor really want to save her family? Or does he have a more insidious plan for Alceo and Juliana? All Christine knows is that she has to play along if she wants to make it through the night.
He was telling me, do as much as you can, so if you want to see your husband and your daughter again.
For 4 days, a strange man has been holding Christine Aragalo and her young boys hostage. He's desperate and unpredictable, claiming he wants to reunite the whole Aragalo family and fake death photos to appease the violent Brazilian mafia. Christine is exhausted and terrified, but puts her faith in her captor's hands.
For me, he was the only person can give my kids back. You know, I didn't have any hope.
The man instructs Christine to keep calling her husband Alceo, to convince him to meet her with their daughter, but without police.
Alô? Oi, amor.
Recebeu a carta.
Deve estar chegando daqui a 15, 20 minutos.
Though each call is under 30 seconds, FBI technicians slowly hone in on Christine's location.
We had narrowed it down to a specific neighborhood. We were looking for the navigator, going street by street in a methodical way.
They get a break while continuing surveillance on suspect Gene Ferreira, the valet on duty the night Christine was abducted. He makes a lengthy, emotional phone call from a payphone.
That phone call was huge for us because whoever he was talking to very likely had some sort of role in this kidnapping.
Agents quickly seize the phone company's records, which reveal that Ferreira contacted a man by the name of Ewan Martinez. The 46-year-old Venezuelan-born Martinez lives 30 miles south of Sunny Isles in Kendall, Florida. Could he be the leader holding Christine and her children captive? The FBI can't arrest Ferreira until they get some answers. By now, Christine and her children have been held hostage for 5 days. Finally, in another phone call between Christine and Alceo, agents get the missing information they've needed. When Alceo asks his wife if she's already in Palm Beach, Christine has a moment of clarity and daringly reveals that she's less than 15 minutes away.
Olha, tá? Se você souber que tá tudo clean, você vai ter que saber fazer a coisa. A gente pode encontrar no lugar da carne que a gente come lá na fazenda.
No lugar da carne?
Sabe, do barbecue?
Aquele naquela que a Juliana...
É o último que a gente vai.
Tá, eu sei, aquele posto.
Eu te ligo.
Ok.
Tá?
And that was huge for us because we were able to shrink that circle, that geographic location as to where she might be.
At 5 p.m., the FBI technicians pinpoint an exact address. Just 10 miles from the Aragalo's home. Agents track down the homeowners, who reveal the house has been rented for 3 weeks by Ewan Martinez. Agents immediately enlist their SWAT team to rescue Christine and her young boys. Team leader, Special Agent Alexis Vasquez, leads the mission.
If they're willing to commit such a violent act as to act aggressively against the mother and her children, are they heavily armed? Are they sort of vicious characters that have no regard for life?
In a parking lot behind the Miami FBI office, the SWAT team comes up with a plan to rescue the Aragalos. They carefully rehearse every move. Night falls, and agents begin quietly surrounding the house. The FBI has one shot to do it right. And if something goes wrong, a mother and 2 innocent children could pay the ultimate price.
We didn't know how the kidnappers would react. Desperate men do desperate things.
It's 1 week before Christmas, 10:30 p.m. FBI SWAT teams surround the house where Christine Aragalo, 1-year-old son Alex, and her 9-year-old son Junior are being held captive by Ewan Martinez. The slightest misstep could end in unthinkable tragedy.
You don't know whether they're actually going to pick up a weapon, some sort of weapon, and hold a person in a hostage situation where they're pointing the gun at that person.
The tension is palpable.
There's a lot of energy, there's a lot of sort of nervous excitement. Again, you feel like you're a group of wild horses.
The SWAT teams prepare to enter the front and back doors at precisely the same time.
Execute.
Right out of the gate, something goes wrong.
Execute.
The front team's breaching tool fails, and they cannot open the door.
It took more than a second to open the door, but in my mind, this seemed like an eternity. I need to get into this house now.
Inside, Christine hears a loud commotion and begins to panic.
I was with the baby sitting on the mattress. I heard a huge bomb.
Come on. They're coming. What's the bad?
And I was scared. I said, what's going on? What's happening?
Martinez forces Christine and the boys into the master bathroom. He tells Christine that the mafia has come to kill her.
He was very nervous and I think was screaming. And I asked him, where is your gun? You're saying you protect us. Where is your gun now?
The teams move quickly from room to room. They find one man, Pedro Caraballo, sleeping on the couch in the living room. Several agents take him down while the others keep searching.
Does anyone have eyes on Christine and the child? T-Run, repeat. Yeah. Left.
One of the team members kicks in a bathroom door where they find Christine Aragalo and her sons still being held by Ewan Martinez.
Put him on your head. Put him on your head. Back up. Take a step to your right. You guys okay? Okay, come on. Let's go.
An agent rushes to Christine, who at first thinks he's part of the Brazilian mafia.
Yeah, he said, Christine, calm down. We are here to save you and the boys and your kids. And I'm the SWAT team. He's not the person you think he is.
The agent convinces Christine that he is with the FBI and that she is now truly safe.
And then I was walking to the house, everything was breaking, and a lot of police is outside, and the paramedic, I didn't know what's happening.
Within seconds, it seemed like as soon as it started, it ended, and they're carrying Mrs. Aragalo out of the residence along with the children, so they're alive. Wow.
Christine meets Special Agent Jim Lewis for the first time, outside of the home where she has been held captive for 5 days.
She was being placed into the ambulance. She said, "What took you so long?" It made me realize how long those days must have been for her. I mean, certainly they were long for everybody, but especially for her.
Special Agent Vasquez is horrified when he sees the extent of Christine's injuries.
It upset me. It upset me because it's just like, you know, what sort of cowardly criminals would do this to a mother and her children.
Martinez and Caraballo are escorted out and taken into custody. Christine and the boys are rushed to the hospital, where they are finally reunited with Alceo.
I didn't believe this will happen. I didn't believe I would ever see them again.
It was the best Christmas present that the FBI could have delivered to the Aragalos.
An arrest team takes valet Jean Carlo Ferreira into custody. Slowly, the entire story of the plot comes out. He reveals that Ewan Martinez was not hired by the Brazilian mafia and was after the Aragalos' money all along. His real plan was to kidnap the entire family, torture them to get account numbers and passwords, then take over their assets.
Once they're together, that they would kill them and then live as the Aragalos.
According to Ferreira, he befriended the Aragalos at Martinez's request in order to get intelligence on them and access to their cars.
They were selected. As targets, Ferreira even kept surveillance notes as to Mr. Aragalo's comings and goings.
On the night of the Christmas party, Martinez intended to capture Alceo when he showed up in his Porsche. But the plan went awry when Christine and her boys got out of the car instead.
Once they realized that they had made a mistake, that it was Christine, they had already committed, and they went through with it.
In 2000, Martinez and Ferreira are convicted on federal kidnapping charges and sentenced to life in prison. Pedro Caraballo is also sentenced to life. Though Christine's children quickly recovered from the physical abuse they endured, Christine has undergone several reconstructive surgeries to rebuild the left side of her face. Christine is certain that had Alceo been kidnapped instead of her, he would not be alive today.
Thank God it was me, and I act calm as I did, because if it was my husband, and of course my husband would never bring his whole family to the house, or my husband never follow any of his directions, and he'll kill him for the first hour.
The Aragalos and agents who saved them are still friends, bound by an unforgettable Christmas.
We forged a bond with the Aragalos, a very strong bond, and still is.